To trust or not to trust? That is the question. Now, I'm sure all you sexy single ladies have ended up really liking a guy and you get that oxytocin just flowing through your veins, all these amazing love chemicals, and you can't stop thinking about that guy. But man, can you really trust this feeling, and can you really trust this guy? Well, in order to explore this topic, let's start with a definition of trust. I believe that trust is just consistency over time. Let's see how this plays out in real life. Let's say, for example, you've known a guy for 2 months, and in that 2-month period, he's flaked on you 3 times. You cannot trust this man because it's very low consistency over a short period of time. On the other hand, let's say you've known a guy for 2 years, or you've been dating a guy for 2 years, and he's only flaked on you twice. That means you can probably still trust him because he's probably just had shit going on in his life. It's a relatively high consistency over time. So in this video, I'm going to explore this concept of trust and 3 key signs that you want to look for throughout this period of getting to know someone. Keep watching. Hey there, Adam Little from sexyconfidence.com, where I help you create your love story. And this video is all about trust, because trust is really the most critical component of a relationship. And I don't believe you can have a great relationship without truly trusting someone on a very, very deep level. And I'm not saying that trust is easy. Trust can be really, really hard, especially if you've been burned in the past. Maybe you've been cheated on, or maybe you've just been broken up with at a time where you just never saw it coming. And if that happens in the past, I really urge you to watch this entire video and really try to implement these concepts into your love life, because I promise you it's going to really, really help you be more vulnerable at the right time. So sign number 1 that you can trust a guy is that he's a straight shooter in most areas of his life. If you notice that a guy's not afraid to be kind of upfront with people in his life, maybe his friends or in business, then it's likely he's going to be a straight shooter with you in relationships. Alternatively, if you notice that he is totally terrified of having any real conversation with someone or any real dialogue with someone, and he's terrified to tell someone something that they may not like to hear, then it's going to be really difficult to trust that person because it's likely he's hiding something. Sign number 2 is that he's there for you when you really need him. Look, I get it. We are all busy at times. I get very busy in my life, but when it comes to actually being there for someone when they really, truly need you, that's where you can really learn to trust certain people and not trust others. Is he there for you when you really need him the most? Maybe something happened to you at work, or maybe you're just going through some challenges with your family. Is he willing to talk to you and really be there for you emotionally and really listen to you emotionally? And if he is, that's where you can really start to trust someone. Alternatively, if bad shit happens in your life and he seems to just completely disappear because he doesn't like talking about all that gushy stuff, well, sorry ladies, it's not working out. And sign number 3 is that he's a disciplined person in most areas of his life. Look, being trustworthy when it comes to not cheating or not flirting with people or not, crossing the boundary of what is acceptable when you're in a relationship, that all comes down to discipline, right? There's always going to be temptation at certain times in life. Maybe you're at a party when you're away from your partner and someone starts flirting with you, or maybe even worse, there's scenarios at work where, someone is kind of hitting on you and you have to be tempted by that or push them away. And people who lack discipline in all areas of their life are going to be much more likely to just dive into that temptation and just give in, versus people who are disciplined, who have their shit together, who generally eat well, who generally work out, who generally show up to work on time. These are disciplined behaviors, and you'll find that if he's disciplined in other areas of his life, chances are he'll be disciplined as well with his love life. And most importantly, if he lacks all discipline in other areas of his life, chances are if he is met with any type of temptation, he's going to immediately give in. So there you have it. There are the 3 signs that you can really trust a guy. And I will say this, the key to successful relationships is that once a guy truly starts to prove himself trustworthy, you need to actually open up. You need to trust him in many levels. And I know it can be really hard, and maybe you've been blindsided in the past, but I challenge you right now at this stage in your life to not be that type of person who's cold-hearted because of your past. I challenge you right now to be that vulnerable person, to open up your heart to a new opportunity, because if you keep your heart closed off, you're never going to be attracting that love life that you truly deserve. So go ahead and make it happen. And if you want a little bit of help in this area, go ahead and head on over, click the link in the description of this video or anywhere on this video right now to get a free training where I'm going to teach you how to find a great committed relationship. Or you can head on over to sexyconfidence.com where we have a ton of amazing resources for you every single step of the way. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube for more videos just like this every single week. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you, you sexy single lady, next week. Bye-bye.